What's up, Teen Gospel Life family, and welcome to your ultimate faith show, It's Teen Gospel Life, where we equip teens to grow in Christ, develop an understanding of His will, and commit their lives to Jesus.
Yeah, but yes, guys, you know that we bring you the biggest and the best knowledge to ever hit your screens. It's Lindo and Noami in the building.
That's right. Now, guys, today we are talking about a topic that is quite serious, which is church dropouts. We're asking the question, why do young people leave the church? And with us in the building is the System Club.
Wow, good tricky, good tense, good hectic, but we hope all our questions will be answered today. Without any further ado, we want to start the show with a performance from Ricardo. We hope you guys enjoy.
With Jesus in the vessel, you can smile at the storm, smile at the storm, smile at the storm. With Jesus in the vessel, you can smile at the storm, smile at the storm, smile at the storm. The Lord's our rock, in Him we hide, a shelter in the time of storm, secure whatever may betide, a shelter in the time of storm. Mighty rock in a weary land, cooling shade on the burning sand, faithful guide for the pilgrim band, a shelter in the time of storm. Mighty rock in a weary land, cooling shade on the burning sand, faithful guide for the pilgrim band, a shelter in the time of storm.
Thank you so much to Ricardo for that beautiful performance. We'll definitely be chatting to him a little bit later. Right now, though, it's time for us to get into today's topic of the day, which is church dropouts. Linda, what is the question of the day?
So the question for today is, why do young people leave the church? Joining us, we have the System Club to answer our question, right? Welcome to Teen Gospel Life, guys. So we are going to kindly ask you guys to introduce yourself. We'll start this side so that it goes this way. So yeah, you can go ahead.
All right, great. My name is Andile Mlangeni.
My name is Thabo Museki, known as Pastor Steps. I'm also involved in the youth ministries.
All right, I'm Linda Khoji. I'm from the West Rand as well in the TOC, SAU.
Okay, I'm Khotatso Magano from Mpumalanga, the Highveld district.
So Linda, what causes millennials to leave the church?
All right, thanks for the question. Let's start breaking down what millennials are. Now, the belief is millennials, everyone born after 2000, the big millennial, the earth is going to end 2000. Those are millennials. But some papers would also categorize people in the late 90s or 92s, although they deny it, but some, so those are your millennials, so right around 2000, early 2000, before the 2000s come, all the way. So those are your millennials. What causes them to leave the church? When you study the pattern, most of them, before I tell you what causes them to, let's identify them. You'd find those who were baptized very early, 12 years, 13 years, get to 18, you're gone, you leave the church. Now you then, after identifying them, you ask, why do they leave the church? When you look at the reasons people leave the church, most of them, since I've worked with young people, I've not yet found them saying the church doctrines are incorrect. Most of them have no problem with what the church is teaching, with the foundations of the church. They would even leave the church and still practice some of those things. They maintain vegetarian diet, all those things. So they have no problem with the doctrine, but you'll notice most of them would leave because of relational issues.
Yes.
Now it's a matter of how the church treated me when I got my first kid at 18 when I was pregnant.
Yeah.
The church does disfellowship, but what was the tone of the disfellowship? You notice that it was the right thing, but the way they did it is as if they wanted to get rid of me. So you notice these people don't like me. So there's a relational problem. The young people don't feel they're in a place where they belong.
Pastor Steps, we are hearing that there's something that the youth is looking for within the church. What exactly are they looking for? Why do they want to leave? What can we give them as the church so that they stay within the fold, if I may put it that way?
What they need is what almost what everyone wants, a sense of belonging. Number one, if you may come to a point of realizing that they belong to the church, they are not driven to church, but they belong to church. I think that's when one of our problems will be solved, the sense of belonging. After the sense of belonging, we want to talk about presence. We want to see them what they want from the church. They want the church to realize that they are present. They want to take part in almost everything that happens at church.
But what can we say is their sense of belonging?
Their sense of belonging, they want to identify themselves within themselves, meaning, those smaller groups that they have, and your singing groups. If it's not your singing groups, it's those groups. Recently, now I've seen also young people having groups of preachers. That's the sense of belonging. Then you'll have those who are interested in promoting. This is a shock. In promoting these other guys who are singing, in promoting these other guys who are preaching. Now they want that sense of belonging in a sense that these other guys, the third group, they put them there. Now it leads to the presence. They need to be present in church. They need to be seen in programs, not once in a year.
Okay, so with that, we have one last question. I just want to ask, how can the church reach millennials? How can the church reach young people?
Thank you very much. I think I'll just give 3 examples. Number one, how to reach millennials. It's to give them a platform to showcase their talents or what we call their spiritual gifts. That's number one. Number two, they need to be educated. Then number 3, that's where I'm going. It's the educational system. It's high time that parents take these kids to Adventist institution. Adventist education is the best education ever. Ellen White says, you see, when you put in paraphrasing, he says, when you put whatsoever what they want, and on top of it, you make Christ the center of it. If education is the center of the education that these kids are receiving, they'll never leave church.
What would be needed to be done by the church? You see, we need to emphasize that with this Adventist church, the programs on paper, they are fine. They are good for the millennials. Now it's for the church to strike a balance to involve millennials more, meet them halfway, and try to steer away from the element of being judgmental. You understand?
Definitely. Andile?
All right, maybe just to sum it up, I just want to speak on relevance. Now, I think relevance is a very key, or rather most important factor in the church. Fact that there's a big gap between people that are actually running the church and millennials themselves. So there needs to be a bridge that connects the two together. Now, what am I saying? The Bible says in the book of Daniel that in the end times, many will run to and fro, and knowledge shall increase. Now, what am I saying? I'm saying that from how people used to live back in the days, or rather when adults lived as the youth at some point, is not the same as how we are growing up. I mean, I'm not speaking on a far-fetched perspective, or rather far-fetched position.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is that I'm also young myself, and I realize the bridge that is actually, or rather the gap that is actually occurring. Now, we need to find ways of being relevant to the people that we are trying to put next to God. So should we fail to do that, they are going to find places where they can
Where
they
feel
can be relevant.
relevant,
You
yes.
understand?
Yeah.
So now it becomes a problem if you can't find the bridge, or rather find something that connects to the people that are, as we are trying to lead to God, or rather trying to serve to
Yeah.
God.
Thank you so much to you guys for coming through. We definitely learned a lot. We as the church have to make sure that we include the young people and make Christ the center, guys, because that's what church is all about. Right now, we're going to take a break. When we return, there'll be more of Teen Gospel Live.
Welcome back to Teen Gospel Live. Right now it's time for us to discuss the topic of the day, which is church dropout. The question is, why do young people leave the church? And this is what you guys had to say on our social platforms. Usanel Siwe said, they leave church because sometimes they find church boring and meaningless. Umapule said, because there's not much fun being invested in the church. Like when we were kids, when given a boring task and it wasn't fun, we would stop doing that particular task. The same with us as the youth. We want that element of fun in order to continue doing something. And also, the youth is being pulled away by what the culture is promoting from what is boring, because the church is boring and the side things seem more attractive, and also peer pressure. Utumelo says, because they believe that church has outdated principles that don't apply to their age and time. We really like hearing from you guys, so keep on sending through your comments using the hashtag TGL on SID. Right now, it's time for us to go to Career Tip.
My name is Kanyisile Chabalala. I'm originally from KwaZulu-Natal in Ladysmith, and I am a teacher by profession. Naturally, like when I grow up, I remember I used to pretend to be a classroom teacher, and I remember I would call my siblings to come around so that I can teach them what I was learning at school. So generally, I am a person that loves to share ideas. So whenever I have something to share, I feel like there is a need for me to talk to someone about it. So that's how teaching became my passion, basically. Oh, okay. So I get here at school around 7 a.m. and then I go set up my classroom, and I prepare all my teaching material to get ready for the rest of the day. And then when I'm on duty, I set up my screening station. That's where we usually are screening the kids. So every time in the morning when the kids come in, they need to be screened. So we screen them, and then we put all the temperatures in the screening entry database, and then we sanitize them and get ready for class. Honestly, in South Africa, we have quite a lot of institutions that offer undergraduate teaching degrees. So I can name a few. There is UNISA, there is TUT, which is Tshwane University of Technology, there is University of KwaZulu-Natal as well, there is VETS. So you can either go straight directly to their offices, or you can inquire online. I'm going to name a few because there's actually quite a lot, but the ones that I believe they are good characteristics of a teacher is having patience and empathy. The reason why I say that is because children, they're all different. So you need to be able to work with them differently and separately as well as individuals. The other thing is having good communication. because we rely strongly on communication on all levels, the teacher and student communication level, the teacher and fellow teacher communication level, the teacher and parent communication level. So you need to be able to communicate openly and to be honest as well. And also because as a teacher, you have kids coming to you, so you need to also be open to them and be willing to actually listen to what they have to say. You need to be passionate. You really need to be passionate about the children and about serving the community, because it's not all about the children, it's also about the entire families as well. So you're not only serving kids, you're also serving the families as well. And also beside the passion, you need to study. You need to study for teaching. I think that's important, because you can have the passion, but then without the proper tools and skills, then you cannot, you understand, you cannot have those requirements as a professional teacher. So I can self. Also, can I also include, you also need to have, you need to be driven to have, what's this again? Self-development skills. You need to be constantly developing yourself, because as much as you are teaching the kids something, they also need to learn from you. That you as a teacher, you're learning, you're bringing something new to the classroom, you inspire them to be able to learn. So education is very important. Thank you, TGL family, for visiting me and my school. Now I have to go back to teaching my kids.
That was such an amazing journey, guys. I learned so much. Let us know what you guys think about today's topic, which is church dropouts, on our social media platforms. Right now, though, it's time for us to take a break. When we return, we'll be making some food with our chef.
Welcome back to Teen Gospel Live. It's that part of the show where we are going to prepare a delicious snack with Chef Bangan. Chef, take it away.
Hey guys, so today we kept it nice and simple. It's ramen egg noodles. So basically what it is, everyone sees? Okay. Basically what it is, it's egg noodles, it's broth, and it's stir-fried veggies. Honestly, the easiest thing you can do for yourself. This will take you about 2 minutes. Just boil everything, add everything together, and you're good to go. As you guys know, we're going through a very tough time with this COVID pandemic. Please remember to always sanitize your hands before you do anything. So James, can I sanitize you guys? So there you go, guys. So guys, you have 2 minutes to put together a nice, delicious snack. I'm looking for creativity, and I made it very easy for you guys. I already flavored the broth and the vegetables. So you guys just put everything together. Starts now.
Time starts now.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So, Chef,
Yeah, man.
today we are talking about church dropouts, right?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of young people leaving the church. So why do you think young people are leaving the church?
Well, I think it's just they don't really feel included in the church doctrine. There's a lot of church doctrine that I don't think has moved with the times or the generations. So a lot of youth are feeling that, you know what, we live in a different time, and they don't really get integrated into the new beliefs that we have these days.
So what suggestions would you make to the church so that young people feel a bit more accommodated within the church?
Let's have youth programs, you know, where we teach the youth it's cool to be Christian, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because these days we don't feel like it's cool to be Adventist. Our friends are out partying on a Saturday night or on Friday night, you want to go out with them.
Well, I'm seeing people are preparing their dishes there. Let's hope it will be like a delicious snack.
Yeah, let's see. I mean, I'm seeing Tabo years, but getting creative there.
I mean, the wheel is ready.
The wheel is ready for one of you, Jed.
The wheel is ready.
Tomato juice, so I know lemon juice is no one's friend. You should know.
I mean, had it a couple of times. Had it more than once, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But
All
so
right.
good.
Gents,
So-
please step away. Please step away. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's see what you guys, Mandla, if you want to show us what you made over there. Please show the camera.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I have I must show the camera.
Yeah. All right,
Yeah,
so
it's
let's
good.
see. Okay, you guys.
Can the camera see?
Yeah, you can just show the camera. All right, so you guys are looking very creative. The taste should basically be the same, right? So now I'm just looking for creativity. And in terms of creativity, I saw that Tabo here gave it a lot more time, so I have to give it to him. he was analyzing everything, you know, he was seeing where to put everything. So yeah, so today I think Tabo takes it. Congrats, Tabo.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Unfortunately, because Tabo took it, sizocela ukuthi like step back a little bit. Please cross over to the wheel.
Danko.
Stand this side, and then just give it a spin.
All right. So whatever it lands on is what you have to eat or drink. So we're hoping for lemon juice.
We are hoping for lemon juice. You know,
Lino's favorite.
I mean, people haven't had marshmallows. You know, they've never had marshmallows. So let's see if
If
marshmallows
marshmallows are
will
nice.
be the choice tonight.
Hey.
Danko.
Oh. All right.
Peanut butter.
So you have to eat this entire spoon of peanut butter.
Entire spoon.
The entire teaspoon of peanut butter. Are you ready? It is vegan friendly, guys.
I can take it slowly.
Nah, you have to be quick about it. You have 10 seconds to do it.
Right,
3,
countdown. Get
2, 1, let's go. You have to say Team Gospel Live with the peanut butter. Say it to the
gospel.
You guys have been great sports, man. Thank you.
Let's head over to Owami for the live chat.
Okay guys, so today we are talking about church dropouts, and we asked you guys on our social media platforms, why do you think young people leave the church? And this is what some of y'all had to say. Noxula says, because the world seems more appealing and understanding. Uri Tabila says, teenagers are not involved in church discussions or anything but Pathfinders, which teaches us how to start fires and survive in the wild, but not how to survive in reality, like school, business, and the corporate world. And Senzo says he thinks that young people leave the church because teenagers face a lot of judgment from the church because the church avoids discussing certain topics because of morals or something. Honestly, the church is more of a business than it is a church. Hey, yeah, Bafetu, that's what you guys had to say. Keep letting us know what you think about today's topic on our social media platforms using the hashtag TGL on SID. Joining us right now is Ricardo. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me on the show.
So today's topic is church dropouts, right? What do you think about today's topic? Why do you think young people leave the church?
Well, there's many reasons, and I've actually seen it with my own eyes. You know, in the church that I currently attend, there was a large youth group, and we were very vibrant. It was the place to be for young people because we always had a good vibe going, and after a while, things just started to deteriorate with the gossiping, you know, and the backstabbing and all of that stuff. So I think young people usually leave the church because of such issues. And also when leaders look down on them and they don't get opportunities to be involved in services, or they would only be involved in like a service every quarter, once a quarter, then I think then they lose interest basically. So that's why I think a lot of young people leave the church.
Okay, so I don't know from you, when did you start singing and why did you start singing?
I can actually remember the day I started, like the day before I performed. We were living in our house in Yeovil, and I was 8 years old. And my father, it was a Friday evening, and my father said that my siblings are gonna perform the next day. And he called me into the kitchen while they were busy practicing, and all he said to me was, sing. Because we still, you know those old radios with the cassette tapes.
Yeah.
So we were gathered around that radio, and he said to me, "Sing," because he wanted to find out which voice would suit me.
Yeah.
And so we discovered that because I was still 8 years old, my voice never broke yet. So I ended up singing first tenor. So I grew up singing with my siblings.
So how can we reach out to teens using gospel music?
Get them involved I would suggest, in my personal opinion, maybe community choirs, community singing groups, because every young person wants to belong somewhere. So once you give them that safe place to belong, I think music also helps them to express themselves in ways that they wouldn't normally do. So I think more community choirs and more community singing groups, I think that would be a great start, in my personal opinion.
Okay, thank you so much for coming to our show. Thank you for coming through. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Ricardo. And that is how we end off uhlelo lethu lanamhlanje bafethu. I hope you guys had as much fun as we did talking about church dropouts today. Let us know what you think about today's conversation on our social media platforms using what hashtag, Linda?
Hashtag TGL on SID Media. Remember, the conversation continues on our platforms. Don't forget to also check out the show on SID Media Digital on YouTube. Right now, it's time for us to love and leave you with a performance from Ricardo.
Why should I feel discouraged? Why should the shadows come? Why should my heart be lonely and long for heaven and home? When Jesus is my portion, a constant friend is He. His eye is on the sparrow, and